You ever met a man of good character where women are concerned?
Well, I haven't. I find the moment that a woman makes friends with me, she becomes jealous, exacting, suspicious, and a damn nuisance. And I find the moment that I make friends with a woman, I become selfish and tyrannical.
Hello. Happy Easter. I just got back, got off the road, went to see my grandparents and hang out with the familia, as one does. If you guys didn't get to get out of the house today, hopefully you guys still had a good Easter. And if you don't celebrate Easter, hopefully you just had a good Sunday, you know? Every day can be a great day. Go ahead and switch it over here. I figured, hey, you know, we've already been on every single day this week. I ain't got nothing planned. Might as well. So we're 8 for 7. 8 for 7. Anybody tell me where I got this phrase from? Because I don't think my mind is creative enough to make this up. I know I got it from a movie, or like a book or something, but my nephew was having some trouble waking up this morning. So as I'm brushing my teeth, I yell, "If Jesus can rise from the dead, you can rise from the bed." All right. I would love to take credit for that because that is a great saying, but I know that it's something that got cataloged in my brain from something I watched. And then because it's Easter, my brain was able to scavenge it, put it together, throw it back at me. There you go. You got something to say to him. And I feel like it's like a Medea movie would say something like that. Not quite sure. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But no, I was just checking up on Ryan's Twitter to see what's going on. I don't think has he gotten his channel back yet? I'm hoping Monday is when, because I don't think YouTube has support over the weekend. I don't know, and especially because it's a holiday. I don't know how they work. So yeah, they haven't got his channel back up. Man, I really hope they don't do this to him. Because man, that just sucks. I don't know what to say. Well, right now, we're sitting in some decent profit. The LTC short that I've been talking about for like 2 or 3 days finally worked itself out. In terms of like, it's going in the right direction. Like I said, I'm not taking profit. I said that on Discord, and I said that in the streams. These shorts that I'm taking now are in preparation of the larger macro structures playing out. In no way, shape, or form am I taking profit anytime soon on any shorts. Like I said, you know, we might see a reason to be bullish once we hit 33, but really there's no immediate way for me to get bullish once again. Like I said, I do think that there could be a possibility of a retest here once we put in a lower low, and if we do see support coming after that. But if not, then we just slip, right? Because we could easily just put in a lower low, and that might be a significantly lower low. We might come down to 37 before we see any substantial upside, which I don't know if I'll be taking along if that's the case scenario that happens. Just me personally. Ethereum, same sort of setup here. You know, if we put in a lower low and we come back above, particularly 2,938, I'll be going ahead and taking along from here. But as far as it goes, I'm holding on to my shorts. I'll take the longs as a hedge trade, but I'm not letting go of the shorts. Like I said, I can pull it up over here. But someone just asked, like, I don't mind if you have a question, but I did say in the thoughts that oh, well, I guess I didn't say it there, but in the follow-up to the LTC trade, I posted in the high risk setup part of the Discord. I posted me talking about XMR. And I said pretty much as far as now, I'm collecting shorts for a larger move to the downside. There is no close/immediate take profits that I have planned. I should have said that when I posted LTC, but actually wait, got short, blah blah blah. Let's go, guys. I didn't say the exact take profit. Like I said, I have changed significantly how I approach the Discord. So before I would post, you know, my exact, you know, R&R. Here's my stop loss. Here's where I'm taking profit. Obviously, I'm playing a slightly different myself as well. I'm not playing the 0.382, 0.441 section anymore, unless it is the hedge trades that are not my macro trades, kind of working into the each other, trying to keep that flow state of the market thing that we were talking about. Usually, I'm trying to play these things out to their fullest potential. So, like right now, I am playing the macro. I am shorting 45,400 all the way down to 33 at minimum. Right now, if we put in a lower low than 33,000, come back above it, and then at that point we get some sort of way for me to re-short the market I'll take profit on the short and hold the long. Right? We're just working with the market, what it gives us. But at this moment in time, shorts are the way to go. Me personally, that's what I'm doing. So the reason why I'm shorting XMR is, one, if we look at the larger time frame chart here, pretty much this is like a very thin uptrend. I've used this term before. The market is getting thin. XMR's market has been quite thin. I mean, if we just trace this right here, I mean, if you want to use trend lines, you can technically say that we've been out of the uptrend for quite a while. Now, I know it's kind of hard to look at price action like this and see, do you see what I see? But we can break this down into our typical big A, big B, C, and then the ABC within the C wave. If you want to call it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can call it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have no problem with that. And that's what I am entering off of at the moment. Now, because of the state of the market, and I do think that the drop could have happened faster, that's why I put it in the high risk section, because there is no definitive line. Obviously, the closer that you get to this particular setup, the better. But I pretty much just said I'm going to be taking a short, meaning I've been taking a short in this area ever since we put in this higher high here. And then if it continues to play up, right now in particular, when I get stopped out, it is pretty much on that macro line that I just pointed out. So if I get stopped out, then I'll have the availability of hopping right back in it with my stop loss above that macro resistance. As well as that, if you want to look at it from an indicator's perspective, because once again, I'm looking at it from the market is showing us that it has put in a resistance. We have seen the sell pressure come in. It has retested that resistance, and we have seen sell pressure come back in, signifying that this region that we're particularly in, 246 to 254, that is a sell region, and we should treat it as such. I'm not saying that someone can't come buy into it and force everybody out of their positions. I'm just saying that's how I see things. Now, the only thing that I am slightly worried about is the way that funding rate has been sitting. I have been seeing a collective of negative days, which I don't want to necessarily see. All right, if I see it on an altcoin, like a particularly like a low volume coin, I don't mind it. But we can see right here, I mean, Ethereum, the predicted funding rate is quite low, so it's going to do that when we start to dump, because obviously people are reacting to price action emotionally. So, but I did see the funding rate start to get short as we approach this line, which I said it wasn't too terrible, but it's not something that I like to see, because once again, like I said, if you have a whole bunch of over leveraged shorts, that's an easy target for whales to step in, and if they can even bump it up by a small amount, it starts a domino effect of price action being able to move to the upside. So that's just something to be cautious of. Once again, that's why we play so aggressively sometimes, in terms of I'm not using a whole lot of risk, and I'm willing to get stopped out fast. All right, because a lot of the times it's more worth it to get stopped out, let price action do what it's got to do. You can always re-enter later. It tends to save you a lot more money than that. But that's pretty much how I see things. And then, like I said, the indicator, we can see that we've been putting in higher highs pretty much all the way up this. And you can see lower high, lower high. We've got a down slope on RSI. Once again, this is the 1 hour chart, but this is with a 125 length RSI. Pretty much I'm using an RSI that is 10 times the information as somebody that normally uses the default one. So we can definitely see that the strength is lessening as we approach these levels. So I think it's time for a sell-off. Like I said, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if we're going to go down to $16,000 on Bitcoin. I don't even know if we're going to go down to 29. All right. All I can really see for right now is a retest of 33,000. From there, we could get bullish. So I'm just playing my cards as the cards get dealt. And like I said, we've had kind of like this setup in the market where if you played your cards right, you're pretty much in a win-win situation from here on out, as long as you let the market develop it, show you what needs to be done, and you take your actions accordingly, rather than trying to force your opinion on the market. go to church Sunday? If Jesus can rise from the dead, you can rise from the bed. Is it go to church Sunday? Bobby Gilstrap. I'll have to look that up. Like I said, because I knew that I wasn't the one that created that when, like, as I said it, but I was like, where the hell did this come from? Like I said, sometimes I just store stuff in my brain and just comes out many years later. Now, this is an interesting structure here. I definitely know that some people have probably pointed this out, but we do have a little bit of an ABC going on here on the smaller time frame, but I don't know if I want to take that, to be honest with you. I'd rather just play this macro setup here. Trying to finish my taxes, they suck. Yeah, I gotta do some stuff in order to make sure that I maximize my potential with it. Kite has risen. Did you get my joke? We had like a little back and forth today. He said, "Hey everyone, black mass at my house today. Bring your own sacrifice. We're breaking into new fire and brimstone altar, so expect a terrific time." Instead of the masks mandatory like last year. And like it was kind of like a double joke too, because you know you have like when you have satanic rituals, they all wear like the creepy masks, but at the same time COVID. So you know it's you know it's like it serves a double purpose. Oh God. I can't believe that we're human sometimes. Mark and Matt, what's going on, man? How you doing? Happy Easter. Happy Easter to everybody. There's absolutely no better time than be able to come home with leftovers and like not feel guilty about it. Like, you guys have parents or like grandparents that when you leave their house, you have to walk away with something. Otherwise, they feel like they did a bad job. My grandma on the way out the door hands me 3 bananas. I'm like, thanks, Grandma. What am I going to do with 3 bananas? I ate them. I ate 2 of them on the way home. So, I mean, at least, you know, they were good bananas. But did I need bananas? No, I did not need bananas. Nothing satanic is funny, bro. No. Doesn't have to be satanic. All right. We can have a ritual that is non-satanic. It could be, I don't know, man. You know, summoning Chuck E. Cheese from corporate hell. How do you think we get the market to dump when we want it to? I mean, this has been an open secret. That's all I'm saying. And there's no rules. You don't have to get up close and personal. You can sacrifice from a distance. That was not in the rule book, that I had to get up close and personal. Gotta get the potassium. Stop cramping during these intense trades. And I mean, it kind of worked out because, I don't know. You know, I got out of the shower this morning. I don't know if it's because I woke up and I immediately had to get in the shower and I was rushing because we had to get out the door. But I pinched a nerve in my back or pulled a muscle in my back when I was doing a little towel thingy, and I don't know, if I breathe too much, it kind of hurts. I feel old. So I guess it was the potassium, or maybe I'm low on magnesium or something. But didn't feel good. Did not feel good. Your comments load pretty slow. What do you mean? I tried the ABC trading view option. How do I make mine look like yours? I don't know what you mean. You talking about like the color and stuff? I mean, you can double click it. You can change the thickness of the line. If you're talking about the letters, you can change this. Like if you want larger letters, you can do Super Millennium. And these technically are the cycles. You know, starting from like micro, but you know, obviously, we just talk about micro, medium, macro. I ain't got time for all this stuff, man. Minuscule, sub micro, micro, sub minute, minute, minuete. We got sub miniete, minute, minor. Man, we just be coming up with words now. No, Austin, you don't understand. That's actually the French word, and then it's ported over. Blah, blah, blah. Man, I ain't got time. Get it? Because we're talking about minutes. I ain't got time. Anton, what's going on, man? How you doing? I'm doing absolutely fantastic. How are you? Still in the gym? Actually, no. Tomorrow is going to be the first day that I step in the gym in a couple weeks. I was on a roll for a little bit, but kind of fell out of it. But tomorrow, I'll be doing 4 days a week. 3 days off. And how it goes for a while. Testing out some stuff. Subminici. It's okay. Subminici? We talk about the same stuff. Do you do any time analysis for the markets? Are you talking about like Gone cycles, you know, like 514 days or Fib cycles? No. There is statistical advantages to it. I've heard Trader Tom talk about it. But for me, the larger time frames, yes, 500-day cycles, those make sense because those are something that you can actually take advantage of. But I feel like if you are confusing yourself, going with 9-day cycles, trying to go back and forth, what cycle are we on today? Blah, blah, blah. And then trying to confuse yourself with indicators and then Gone fans and then Bollinger Bands. You're adding so much stuff that can get you in trouble. I don't think it's well worth it. That's my opinion. I'm going to cancel my subscriptions I don't use and put that money to good use in Discord. I appreciate it if you do. Like I said, the one thing that I don't want to happen is if you think the Discord is like a signals group, it's not, man. But no, if you just want a community to hang out in, also throw it to me as a thank you. I appreciate it. I said I give my calls in terms of when I get into stuff, but I try to leave it open-ended. Like I said, I don't want to influence what your stop loss is. I don't want to influence what your take profit is. I would like to share when I get into trades, particularly because at this point I feel like I've kind of got a really good grasp on when there is tension in the markets, because that's the whole point of trading. It's you're identifying these areas where there's tension in terms of, you know, you enter, you set yourself in a safe position, and then from there, if things do go your way, they go your way very extreme, like we saw here. You know, okay, you have some fun, positive energy going on right now. I like it. Don't we always? Okay. I'm gonna rephrase that because when you guys catch me like in the morning, like when I first wake up, like yesterday, you know, I'm gonna say like that is not a good representation of how I normally act. So, right now, I'm a little bit tired just because I've been on the road, as well as that, you know, you eat a lot on holidays, and usually it's stuff like turkey and ham and stuff. Just I think it can put you to sleep. I mean, everybody's like, "Is that person drunk?" No, man, they just ate too much turkey. Everybody's getting drunk nowadays. I feel like getting drunk's kind of gone out the window. I know it's still popular. I know still people still love to do it, but I feel like that's not the move anymore. You know, drunk driving so like 1960s. I'm waiting for the rebuttal on that. You were born in the 1960s. I'm sorry to say, but you were a byproduct of drunk driving. What do you mean by that? I mean that you were what you were made while drunk driving. That's what I'm trying to say right now. Dude, I've been watching these Sunday interviews on Barstool, and I've seen like the mini clips before, and I've always laughed at them, but I never like watched the actual interviews. And there's so many, and you would think that like only a couple would be good, but every single one is so funny. It's the first time in a while that like it's a video that I watched that honestly like has me like in tears, like can't breathe type laughing. It's I really implore you, if you have time after this live stream or even right now, all right, because I do believe that your laughter is more important than you looking at my face. Go look up Sunday. How do you spell it? Sunday conversation, and just watch these interviews. All right, even if you don't like the people, like even if you don't know who he's talking to, I just watch it. It is some of the funniest commentary slash. It is. Oh, dude, I can't even. Go watch it. You'll have so much fun. On the seventh day of Easter, my true love gave to me another kite live. Hmm. I don't know why me and your true love are in cahoots. That is suspicious. Don't you agree? Why I'm hanging out with your true love? On the surface, you know, it's like we're plotting your happiness, but I don't know. There could be something else happening. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. Hezbollah. Anton, happy Easter, Kite. Happy Easter to you too. Getting drunk is the move. We just eat hella turkey now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a turkey dude. I'll eat some turkey to make my grandparents happy because obviously, like my grandma's like, if you don't eat like one of everything, then I didn't do a good job. So I have to eat one of everything. Um, but I prefer ham. I'm a ham dude all the way. People fall asleep from carbohydrates, not the tryptophan in the turkey. You trying to trick me? I thought it was the tryptophan. One time I tripped into a fan. Do you think Soul at the daily time frame is good to enter? Maybe with a 5% stop loss. Let's check it out. Talking about the daily time frame. Well, from a daily time frame perspective, this was the last short position, and this was the last long position. So, from a daily perspective, there is no setup. But if we go down to a smaller time frame here, nah, there was nothing really to tell you that this was going to turn out this way. It's quite unfortunate. It is. Now, I see what you might be talking about. You might be talking about the fact that this is where your uptrend started from. So you do have like a super aggressive C wave right here. I wouldn't, me personally, so obviously like I can't say yes or no. It's a good idea to short something. But me personally, you would want to be as close. If this is the setup that you want to play, all right, there's no problem with that. It's just a matter of you want to be as close as possible to this line. So you might be telling me, hey, is it okay if I do that with a 5% stop loss? That's up to you. That's for you to decide. But all I'm going to say is, even if you come all the way back down to the support, that is a 4.36 restored ratio. Are you okay with that? That's all I'm saying, because a lot of times that means that you might be using more margin. There's better setups out there. That's all I'm saying. What up, dude? What did you see that triggered your shorts other than the BTC dump? Just curious. For what in particular? So this was the setup for when I got into the short trade for Ethereum. We had uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. We created that line of resistance. You can see we came back up, we retested it, and then fell off a cliff here. And then for the LTC trade, kind of the same ordeal / not, you know. This happened a lot later, came a lot further up. So we had uptrend, we had downtrend, we had uptrend. I mean, you can even see on the smaller time frames here. We'll go down to a 15-minute. You can even see on the smaller time frames we had uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. But I was playing the larger setup here. I wasn't too concerned with trying to get the absolute tippy top. So once we came back below $1.12, I don't know what the exact price point I got was. $1.12.18. So once we came a little bit more below that line, I hopped into it. And then for XMR, the reason why I got into it was from a macro perspective here. We're looking at the 2 hour. Actually, let's go down to the 1 hour. Like I said, I try to make sure that I'm fully zoomed out when I talk about this. That way it's easy to get a representation of what I'm looking at. So this is what I'm kind of looking at as the possibility of the macro ABC for this move set. And then once we get back under 208, I think that's what's going to really solidify the bearishness of XMR. And then if we look at the C wave itself, we don't really see any major trend separation until right at the tippy top. We have an A, we have a B, we have a C. You can see a clear separation of path right there. So I posted in the high risk setup of my Discord that I was going to be looking for a short on XMR. Now, I wanted to get that short originally. I just kind of missed out on it. So once we had this retest right here, I figured, okay, if we can get as close as possible to this and I can take that short, I'm confident. And as well as that, on the smaller time frames, we do have putting in this low. So from the trend separation here, putting this low, we have A, we have B, we have C. So I figured, this region right here isn't too bad whether or not I get exactly on either or line. So I took my chance. And I kind of combined that with the fact that overall we're bearish. So I'm just playing it. And there isn't any real major support. So we have support at 214 and we have support at 166 and we have support at 134. So I figured if I take this short and we can break through this support, it's pretty much a straight drop off. So if I can get a short, we drop down here, that's 30%. I'm using 10x leverage, so that'd be 300% on 200 bucks, $600 profit. Not too shabby. Now, that's not exactly why I'm looking to take profits. I'm waiting to see where BTC is when I have the next availability for a macro long. So, satanic rituals. Yeah, drunk driving in a car is super boomer. I do it on an electric scooter. I mean, at least you don't have a lot of inertia behind you. You hit someone with an electric scooter, you might, really hurt their shin. If they haven't really been keeping up on their calcium, you might break their shin. So, I mean, that's the only real downside. I really don't see any long-term PTSD from drunk driving on scooter accidents. I'm sure there's some, they thems that would be very upset. And you maybe didn't even hit them. How you're pulling out of a parking space and you're going slow because you know that people are just not always aware, and then some dude comes whipping around the corner and he's mad at you because you should have been able to see around the corner, and then he speeds off in his Hummer because he's mad now. I feel like that kind of energy just needs to stop. Me personally, I feel like people, if we kind of broke everything down in percentages, it would make more sense. So let's say the speed limit is 60 and you're going 65. So technically you're speeding. And then you're in the far right lane. So you're not in the passing lane. And then someone tailgates you in the right lane. And they want to go 70. I don't know if it's because you feel like you're quicker if you're passing cars. So subconsciously you feel like you're going to get to your house quicker, because you're really not. You may be saving like a minute or two. And a lot of the times you're just going to run into traffic. And I'm just going to pull up right beside you. So, I mean, why not take the stress out of driving and just kind of go, That makes sense. All I'm saying is I feel like bumper cars and liquor it's a good business model. And I'm not talking about the county fair. I'm talking about high powered bumper cars. I mean, we're doing it. In the Discord, we were talking, and I feel like someone's kind of pitched this idea before, but having a gaming cafe where people game during the day, or I don't know, do Word docs, and then at nighttime you mine with them. I feel like that's just efficient. Man, it's just a feeling. Speed. I get the feeling, but I don't know, man. I feel like you stress yourself out too much sometimes. Like when you're just in the situation where like it really doesn't make sense. You like pull up behind somebody and it's like just back off, you know? Have fun with it. Hey Kite, Arthur Haynes opened put options on 30k BTC and $2,500 ETH for June 2022. You seem to be on the same bearish sentiments. Looks like bull run is officially over. I mean, that's kind of basic logic at this point. Like I said, back a couple months ago, we could have made the argument that the price of Bitcoin wasn't priced in and we could have gone up one more time. And we saw the market try, but there was just too much sell pressure up at that top 67,000 range. So now that we're this far into the cycle and we've seen the money start to drop off the cliff, like I said, the accounts holding 10 BTC or more have not started to increase. Once we see that, there is some hope in the market because that's the dwindling supply. That's a supply shock coming in. But at this point in time, we're not seeing massive amounts of money coming in the market anymore. And when you have stagnant or dwindling money, people taking profits, whatever it might be, and you have a stagnant inflation rate, the price of the asset is going to be devalued. That's just how it works. So now we're going back down. We're retesting levels. We're trying to figure out what is the price of Bitcoin and what is it in reality. That's what a true market does. And we tend to figure it out pretty quick, which is why people will shout manipulation. It's not manipulation. It's actually the complete opposite of manipulation. It really is. So you see how like the hedge funds were crying when GameStop had something that looks like Bitcoin happen to it? Because that's what honesty looks like. That's how markets are actually supposed to move. Right? We're supposed to have these big dumps because people should be free to sell. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Because if you start going, oh, you're a millionaire, you're not allowed to do this, this, and that. That's not freedom. Because at some point, that's going to be you if you play your cards right. Here, one second. Now, once we get closer to the halving, and we see that uptick in people holding BTC rather than trading it, I do think that that's when we can start to get a little bit more bullish. But at this point in time, no, just doesn't make sense to do so. I'm not saying there can't be bullish months, there can't be bullish weeks, because retesting the upside and figuring out whether or not we're stable is a part of the process. Hey. He probably knocked a ball or something underneath the couch. Now he's crying about it. Sorry, after this, I'm scheduled to watch a Nikocado avocado mukbang. Man, you could have not picked a worse day for that, because I feel like if there's anything that's a sin, it's being Nikocado avocado and watching Nikocado avocado. Because, like, by watching him, you are participating in the death of a man. Doesn't ADHD give you the need for speed? I see what you're doing there. I can't help speeding on the highway. I mean, I get what you're saying, because I do feel the same way, or I did at one point, but I kind of view driving the speed limit as meditation. That sounds very nerdy and very boring, but It really is. I mean, it's just like, do you need to be at your front door 5 minutes earlier? Because if you're going 60 miles an hour and then you go 70, you know, that's only like 10% faster. So, well, more like 12, 13, 15%. All right. So if it's taking you an hour to get home, you know, is saving an extra 6 minutes worth your time? Having to worry about passing people, you know, it's just weigh the pros versus cons. Relax, listen to some music. Quick question. When you put resistance and support lines on the chart, do you include the wicks or do you only use the bodies of the candles? I use the wicks because I feel like using the extremes, particularly in this market, helps a lot. I've used the averages, and I do think that there is a reason to use averages, but it's not on these time frames. It's more on like the weekly and the daily. Guys, it's the same as trading and trading in the zone. I don't think so, because I get what you're trying to argue, that like are you arguing that going fast is like the flow state? Because I mean, if you're a professional race car driver, sure, but on public roads where you just there's so much stress that you block out, but you're actually feeling, you know, the stress of getting a ticket, the stress of crashing, you know, people honking at you, flipping you off. Point. Yeah, like if you're on like an open road, ain't nobody around. I'm talking about like city roads, like traffic. That's what I'm relating to here. If you're on a nice country road, there ain't nobody around you. Yeah, fuck it, man. Go 100 miles an hour. And I'm not debating that, because I mean that's common sense. I'm talking about like, you know, holidays and stuff. You got a whole bunch of people on the roads. You know, what's the point of weaving in and out of traffic, man? That's what I'm trying to argue here. So that's but now, like I said, if you got an open road, hit that little feeling when the pedal goes all the way down and it clicks the floor. Got that little button at the bottom that releases everything. That's a good feeling. Check some of the properties. So 33,000 be about $1,300 profit. Let's mark out some levels here. Man, that person that you were talking about is aiming small. I mean, I get why he's targeting 2,500, but I mean, we could probably see anything within this region, to be honest, 2,500 to 2,150. But I'll be looking for a retest of like 1,700, man. That's what sounds good to me. 1,700 comes out to 500% profit almost. $900. And I think like once we hit some of these macros, I might, because I might be transferring some of it to inverse perpetual. Get 1,700 and 28,000, 29,000, 29,000. I might take some of the profits we've made and put into inverse perpetual. Kind of like a DCA spot buy for the challenge account, but as well as that, if we do take a long from down there, I do want it to be an inverse perpetual one. Because inverse perpetual, if you are in a bearish state like this, doesn't really make sense. It makes more sense to hold USDT. But if you're at these local lows on the macro, it does make somewhat sense to switch it back from USDT. I don't have a problem with with inverse perpetual. That's all I used over here because that was the only option. I was using inverse perpetual when we were going all the way down. Dump it to the ground. It to the ground. Risking a crash, a speeding ticket, death isn't worth 5 minutes. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I lived in California for 24 years, drove a motorcycle, and split lanes every morning to work. I'm glad I don't have to go through that stress. Can't imagine. Feel very bearish, been this way for months. Yeah, like I said, I was keeping up a little bit of hope when we were retesting this local low right here, because if the market was going to stay bullish, it could have done it from there. Because I have A, B, C, and then we had A, B, C. We started to put in that lower low with that retest. We saw some buys come in, but it failed. Because that could have turned into a larger ABC structure, turned into an A, turned into a B, and then turned into a larger C. That's what my hope was. And then maybe it would have looked something like this. Something like this right here with those 3 tops. I was hoping that would be us on the macro. And then it would have came back down and retested something. I'm still stacking sats and chilling. So far, so good. I've collected about $110 worth of mining. Like I said, I mean, that's not a whole lot of money in terms of like my buying power, but just the fact that it comes out of thin air is such a good feeling. Oh. Right now, since I'm just using this, thinking about $1.77 off the 2080 Ti. I don't know why it's using that algorithm right now, but go on, do your thing. My payout so far. Depending on like how much I'm using my main computer, that will kind of determine what my max profit is. But so far, $6 is the average I've been hitting. $6 to $7. I'm very curious on how it's going to hold up. So obviously, if we see a half-priced Ethereum, my $4 a day most likely drops to $2 a day, which is going to be it's going to be sad. Not gonna lie, but as always, it's about how much electricity you're using versus the dollars coming in. Because if you're paying 50 cents for electricity, but you're making $2 still making 75%, 150% on your investment instantaneously. No, 300%. Good evening, Kite. Good evening to you too. Happy Easter. Is there any big losers or big winners today? This coin right here, I'm sure it has a damn quite the negative funding rate. Actually, really not that much. Like everything is in comparison to ZIL now, because we saw -3%, not -0.3 on ZIL that day. I don't think we're gonna get many opportunities like that again. That was such an incredible one. I'll definitely be on the lookout for him. If I ever do spot him, I'll definitely shout him out. So like I said, it's a matter of once again probability. Because if you have an extremely negative funding rate, that means that these shorts are extremely over leveraged. So it only takes a couple of decent buys, a couple $1 million or so, and you can start an avalanche of people getting liquidated, which causes even further avalanches, which causes an uproar in price action. That's exactly what happened on ZIL. So look out for that, guys. If you see -2 or above on the funding rate, snag yourself along. Obviously, be safe with it. But it won't be a bad idea just because you're playing the probability. What happened? Everything go negative now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's not much up. I was always interested in audio. It seemed like a decent coin to me. Or at least I like the concept. But we'll see where it goes. Hi, Kite. One of the few YouTubers I watch, including Ryan. Kudos, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully we see Ryan back online here soon. Because I hate the way he's talking right now. And I get where he's coming from. I do. Because I mean, what would you do? It's so easy to egg somebody on. Like, you got this, man. If they took this channel from you, you got this one. It's at 5K subs. You can build it up again. But someone that spent that much time doing something and putting that much work into their YouTube, I can see why he doesn't want to try again if he can't get his old account back. And there's nothing that like I said, I'll be sad, but you can't make that decision for him. Well, holding hope. Monday, Tuesday is most likely the day that it will get figured out, if it gets figured out at all. My only thing is, like, why haven't they told him what caused it? That's the thing that I hate so much, is you don't even have a reason why. That's why I was speculating a little bit on Saturday. The one thing that I don't get is, okay, so with the phone number that he leaked, the only thing that doesn't make sense is why the channel that it happened on wasn't taken down first. And if that is the reason, what I'm thinking happened is Matt Wallace put in a report to YouTube that that's what happened. And because he just said maybe Ryan Matta, he targeted specifically his main channel to get taken down. And since there was a video talking about Matt Wallace pretty much within that like lifespan of like the last couple of days, YouTube probably was like, okay, boom. That's the only thing that, because that's the only thing that I think can get you immediately terminated, would be doxing somebody. Now, the only thing that I don't like is Ryan said that that is the lowest probability of what caused it. I disagree, but I can see where he's coming from, because like I said, why is it that his main channel got taken down and not the other one? Well, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not saying this to like make light of the situation. I think that he needs to get his channel back, but it was a mistake. Like, that was not the right thing to do whatsoever. He made an accident by showing on screen. Like I said, do I think he should have rolled with it? No. And I talked about it with him. I pointed it out on both streams. And when it came into my chat, I said, hey, the phone number thing, gotta delete that video, shred the documents. I knew immediately that that could get him in trouble. Who's Wallace? It's some dude on YouTube that talks only about Dogecoin. Even right now, pretty much saying like Dogecoin's the future, blah blah blah, Dogecoin. And supposedly he made a coin named AB Doge Inu, Inu for short, and pretty much a rug pull. You can track the wallets. That's no question, but Ryan basically was pointing it out, and then Matt Wallace called him, because what I'm thinking happened, because he showed the phone number and then immediately got a call from Matt Wallace. I'm sure some people in the stream actually saw the phone number and messaged him, probably some not nice words, you know. So that's how Matt Wallace probably figured out that he got doxxed. That's, like I said, that's what makes the most sense to me. I said, you know, if it doesn't matter who the person is and what they've done, if you dox them, that is illegal. And one, you don't want to do that anyways, because if someone is actually mad and lost money, they can get basically a SWAT. You know, it's called swatting. They get them to go to their house. They call in a fake report. People get shot. So if they die, they found out that you were linked with that whole thing, you are somewhat responsible. That's why YouTube tries to keep personal information, because then YouTube can be liable as well, you know. And like I said, I the way I see it, Ryan said that that's the least likely, but he removed the video on that second channel without any of us really saying anything. That's before he went live, so he knows that there is a chance that that's what caused it. But like I said, I'm friends with Ryan, but people make mistakes. That's something that I don't agree with. Like I said, doesn't matter who they are, what they've done. We're messing with human lives at that point. People go, well, he deserves it if he dies. No, because there's no justice. Might be justice for you in your reality. You know, he's no longer on this planet. I feel good about that, but he's off kicking it, man. Audio was booming earlier. We're checking on a bigger chart here. Audio. Finance. Looks like it did pretty well in this bull market. Oh yeah, it definitely did well. I might take some of the mining profits and DCA a little bit into it. What's like the circulating supply, or like the max supply? Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah. Those are the two biggest possibilities, the giveaways and the doxing. Total supply. They don't have a max supply, so I'm guessing that their model is inflationary. I'm not quite sure. I have to look more into how their circulation gets pumped up, but not too bad. 1 billion. Diluted market cap 1.5. Looks like about right. Hey, you asshole. What happened to Ryan? I just watched him a few days ago. He got his main channel taken down. Like I said, I mean, I'm friends with him. I want him to get his channel back. But I do just like the fact that he hasn't commented on it or said sorry for what he did. That's the only thing. Because like I said, I know it's hard to do that kind of shit, because if someone scammed a whole bunch of people, especially your subscribers, would you want to say sorry to them? No, because you don't feel like you have a reason to say sorry. But that is a reason to say sorry. Calm down. I haven't checked on Twitter in a couple days. ABC. ABC. God damn. Probably gonna be getting off here pretty shortly. Just want to say happy Easter. Drop in for a little bit. Talk about the price action. Talk about the positions I'm getting into. I'll cover one more time. Like I said, I'll just cover Ethereum and BTC here. Short term, what I'm watching for is if we do happen to put in a lower low than 39,256, and we come back above, I will be going along from there. Now, that long is not me being super duper uber bullish, okay? I'm looking for a retest of particularly around 42,632. to, 44,000. Right now, once again, I am not particularly bullish at the moment. So we could just fall through this, go right back down to 37,200. All right. When I take these longs, I am not taking them as if we are going to go up. It is in preparation that we can go up. Okay. So at that point, I'll be taking profit on my long if we ever do see that level. And then for Ethereum, same deal, same dealio. It has a very, very similar setup. And I'll be taking profit, wherever that C lands. I'll be taking profit probably somewhere around the $3,300 mark. Lines up perfectly with this resistance here, as well as the macro, I do believe. Yep. The macro ABC resistance is right around 3,288. So I'll probably take my profit somewhere around 3,225. And like I said, I'm taking this long in preparation of if it does happen. Because if there is going to be bullish movement, price action has the best chance of showing us that it can be bullish here. Right? Because if we do not find support here, the chances of us dropping back down to 2,500 are extremely likely. All right. Likely. All right. So, I mean, that's why I'm pretty much short on everything at the moment, because Ethereum, Bitcoin telling us that there is huge price drops coming in if the market cannot prove itself to be bullish sometime soon. And what the hell I'm talking about. My LTC, I am short from $112. Similar reasons, smaller time frame setup. All right, and I'm not looking to take profits anytime soon. Because look at LTC, guys. Not a pretty situation for LTC. I will admit that. Because if we cannot hold LTC above $104, $42 is, well, actually, no. I would say $64 is the next local low, and then we got, $41, and then we got 25. So if we can't hold this region, it's bad news bears. All right. So, I mean, this is a huge support. So this could be showing us the possibility of, once again, support coming into the market, us finding support once, twice. Will this be a third time to form a head and shoulders and we see upwards movement? That's the question. Me personally, with the way these other coins are looking right now, I'm leaning to the bearish side, but this is why we take these longs. There's always that chance. So even though I won't be holding the long, at least we're making up for some of the losses. Either actual losses from getting stopped out on some of these short trades, or, if we take a 1-to-1 ratio, $456 long, $456 short, they cancel each other out. Basically, we're locking in the profit that we have. So, that being said, guys, I appreciate your time. Happy Easter. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. And we'll keep it rolling. Doing pretty good. Not only on the account, but on the account, the YouTube account, that is. And, yeah. Go ahead and pick a song for the outro today. It has been a long time since I've been tired at 9 o'clock. Oh, and if anybody wants to know, obviously I put all the songs I put as the intros and outros in that playlist, songs I played on stream. The one I played today was by Chinese Man. This dude's pretty dope. Especially, I'll play this song on the outro today. Which one is it? Oh, Get Up. I'll play that one. Hollywood. Bye. Peace out. Peace out, man. Hope you guys have good nights, good mornings, wherever you guys are at. See you on the flip. Like I said, 1 p.m. EST. I'll try to, since, we're kind of out of this holiday, I'll try to stay on schedule. I know this week has been a little bit weird with me coming live at, 4 p.m., 6 p.m. my time. But we'll get back to the normal schedule. That way people know what to expect. I think what I might try this week in particular is Monday, 1 p.m. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, normal time, 1 p.m. EST. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I might try to do more around that 4 or 5 p.m. Particularly for, different time zones. See how it works out. All right, guys. I'll check you later. Go lay down, watch some TV, and chill out. But let's do the thing. Tricked you. Bye.
But standing in water up to their knees, 3 very unimportant little people were doing the best they could with an idea, and that's about all they had. And I don't know, maybe that night these 3 people were making history. But anyway, what I'm trying to tell you folks is, here we are.
Shit. We're getting up. Chinese man, but what's up? Get up to get down, 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 get up, get up, get up, get up, get down. Fresh coast, so active, what it is. Get up to get down.
Get out, you lazy lout. Get into your working clothes. Up to your knees in oil and grease with a grindstone to your nose. Get out, you lazy lout. Get into your working clothes. Up to your knees in oil and grease with a grindstone to your nose.
Get out and get your stock up. Find a group of chickens, sip and get the flock drunk. Contribute to the party, treat it like a potluck. You best believe I'm getting up, tomahawk dunk. We gotta suit up, then clock in and go work. Grinding hard as iron, striking till my toes hurt. It ain't a secret, ain't no need to be so covert. I keep it straight up, most of y'all ain't got no vert. Let's keep it real, we gotta move to keep the wheels rolling. Rockin' till I heal, swollen, walking till they feel broken. Stopping for no block or obstacle, just like a real Trojan. While y'all swerving faded like you drink banana peel potion. Get off the gravel and just quit the moaning. Cause I am never slipping, homie, y'all be tripping slowly. Why? Y'all the hoarders steady lying in the clutter. It's easy to look up when your mind's in the gutter.
Get out, you lazy lout. Get into your working clothes. Up to your knees in oil and grease with a grindstone to your nose. Get out, you lazy lout. Get into your working clothes. Up to your knees in oil and grease with a grindstone to your nose.
I kill it cause I'm signed in France, a Chinese man. Euros when I cash my advance. And I got sexy dimes as fans. I can't pronounce their names, but they lay spread like a fan. The catch when the rockers are rolling through the country. I'll say up and start throwing kicks like Chun-Li. Can't crack my style, I'm flowing like a monthly. Period, that's read it for sure, I'll put it bluntly. Buttons on my jacket like I'm in the Sex Pistols. Dirty Wappo sex her if she flexible. Stay like a rhino. On her credit card, I'll make a charge. Nose to the grindstone, but I ain't a mason, nah. I live a comfortable life. Smoke a blunt with a pint of Stella just to unwind. Vision clear as my voice when I ain't cuffing the mic. Like a tagger or a skater, I get up on the grind.
Get out, you lazy lout. Get into your working clothes. Up to your knees in oil and grease with a grindstone to your nose. Get out, you lazy lout. Get into your working clothes. Up to your knees in oil and grease with a grindstone to your nose.
I'm inventive, I squint it, I admit it, my incentive, I show 'em I talk it, I live it. She knowin' we high, we potent. We fly so sure they ride shot and ease open. She knowin' that we fly across seas, oceans, overseas, putting it in a preconceived notions, all in East Oakland. Until my vocal cords crack, goodness gracious, part of rubber boys back. Get up, like Cialis in your stuff. Baby, I'm up all night, no Viagra in my cup. Spoil me indeed, cause I desire finer stuff. Peas and oil and grease, trying to find the designer stuff. They quiet like a mom, so my mind's so focused. I'm on my grindstone in different time zones. Notice, liquor my elixir, I'm where the chicks are. Balloons tied to their hips, they trying to get up.
Get up, you lazy lout. Get into your working clothes. Up to your knees in oil and grease with a grindstone to your nose. Get up, you lazy lout. Get into your working clothes. Up to your knees in oil and grease with a grindstone to your nose. Get up.
Obrigado, Chinese man, por mandar